Hi guys, I'm Eileen. Today I want to talk about the very common lies we tell ourselves about shopping. Now we all work so hard for our money, so I really hope this video will help you to look at shopping from a different angle and become a more conscious consumer. The first lie we tell ourselves about shopping is, I have nothing to wear. I was completely guilty of this one, and I feel like people who say this tend to have quite a big wardrobe. From my personal experience, the solution can be as simple as changing your perspectives about your wardrobe rather than aiming for a bigger one. For example, I always wanted to buy a new dress every time I received a wedding invitation. The truth is, I had a lot of nice dresses in my closet, but I just didn't want to repeat my outfits. So it wasn't a case of having nothing to wear, I just chose not to wear what I already had. Another common reason for having nothing to wear is you've probably not been curating or decluttering your wardrobe. Quite simply, when your closet is flooded with things you don't wear, it distracts you from the pieces you love. It might sound illogical to let go of pieces when you already have nothing to wear, but I promise you, you are really just making room for the things you enjoy wearing over and over again. The second lie we tell ourselves about shopping is, I'll make it work. Sometimes when we come across something so beautiful and we just want to have it, the excitement can get the better of us, and we might start justifying why it's okay to buy the item, even though deep down we know the item is not really the best fit in our wardrobe or our lifestyles. I'll admit, I told myself the same lies many times in the past, and I made a lot of expensive shopping mistakes. For example, I bought the Cartier Love bracelet, even though I knew I wasn't going to wear the bracelet on a daily basis. Eventually, putting on and removing the bracelet just became such a hassle, and I had to sell it on. I also bought shoes which were too big for me because I thought I could just fix the problems with a pair of insoles. Then there were clothes I bought because I thought I could always have them tailored, even though I never really go to the tailor. Unsurprisingly, I didn't manage to make it work with a lot of these pieces. So the next time you catch yourself saying, I'll make it work, just remind yourself there will always be a lot of nice things around us, but sometimes it's not meant to be, and it's absolutely okay to graciously let it go. Another lie we might tell ourselves about shopping and money is, I don't need to worry about retirement yet. I have plenty of time to plan for my financial future. Now, I think when you are in your 20s, retirement can seem like forever away. Therefore, you don't feel the urgency to plan for it. And if you happen to have the mindset of YOLO, or you only live once, saving up for retirement can feel like you're depriving your current self to gratify your future self. Now, I guess I can understand the sentiment of wanting to enjoy the finer things in life while we still can, but I just don't think we should completely overlook the future. Especially with investing, you definitely want to start early just so your money has more time to grow and compound. I think Benjamin Franklin put it perfectly when he said, by failing to prepare, you are basically preparing to fail. If you've watched the very classic Sex and the City, you might remember Carrie Bradshaw was nearly homeless because she spent all her money on designer shoes but had no down payment for her apartment. So what I'm saying is, balance is key because you really don't want to dress in designer brands from head to toe but have no financial security or any plan for retirement. The next line we tell ourselves about shopping is related to sales and discounts, and it often goes along the line of, I'm saving money by shopping the sales. For example, if a designer handbag is discounted at 30% off, some people tend to see the purchase as saving £300, not spending £700. Now, of course, if you've been wanting the handbag for a long time and you're going to buy the bag anyway, then you might as well enjoy some discounts by buying the bag at the right time. However, if you start seeing every discounted item as the best bargain not to be missed, that's when you'll start buying a lot of things you don't need or like. I genuinely believe sales can be a good thing for our wallets if we just practice a bit of intentionality. The thing is though, sales are often advertised in a manner to create urgency, and it makes you think you're missing out on the deal of the century if you don't buy the item right now. Spending just to save is never a good idea, so the next time you're tempted, definitely slow down and ask yourself, do you really love the item, or is the fear of missing out clouding your judgment? Another common lie we tell ourselves about shopping is, I can always sell it later. In the context of luxury items, the regular price increases tend to give us a false sense of security. For example, it's not uncommon for Chanel to increase their prices twice a year, so we might get the impression that we are protected against losing money. In fact, that's actually the reason why I bought several Chanel handbags completely on impulse. I would say to myself, I need to buy the bag right now because otherwise it will sell out the next minute. And even if it turns out I don't really like the bag, I can always sell it later, seeing the price is only going up. After selling many luxury items from my own collection though, I can tell you selling is one challenging task. As an individual seller, your options are fairly limited. Before having this channel, I mainly used the consignment service to sell my pieces, but the commissions were so hefty. And to be completely honest, if you want to sell for a good price, your item needs to be in either excellent or brand new condition. Other factors like colors, sizes, and materials can also affect the demand and therefore the resale prices. I just want to put it out there because I don't want anyone to think just because a handbag is a Chanel or a bracelet is Cartier, you can easily sell it on later if you change your mind, because the reality can be quite disheartening. Another lie we tell ourselves about shopping is, this is an investment, so it's okay to buy it. I think the word investment is used quite commonly in the world of luxury shopping, and sometimes it can create some confusion, especially for people who are quite new to designer shopping. For example, you might hear blogger associating a luxury handbag or designer shoes or jewelry pieces with the word investment, and it might go along the line of the top 10 investment luxury handbags every girl should have. And when more and more people convey the same message, it can start to sound really convincing. The truth is though, most designer items are consumers' products, especially when we buy them for personal use. Meanwhile, real investments are things that either appreciate in capital value or generate a cash flow, such as bonds, shares, businesses, and properties. Now, I sometimes do use the word investment on my channel, but when I say a luxury handbag or a necklace is an investment piece for me, what I really mean is the item is a good fit in my wardrobe and I use it a lot. Plus, I can see myself keeping it for a long time. But I certainly don't expect the item to make me a profit, nor will I see the item as part of my investment portfolio. Now, there's nothing wrong with enjoying luxury shopping responsibly, but I think if we just remove the investment label and see luxury items for what they truly are, we will all make much better shopping decisions. Moving on, we might also lie to ourselves by saying, this is the last thing I'll buy in a while, or if I buy this handbag, I'll be happily ever after and I won't ever need another bag. This is something I said to myself a lot in the past. Every time I came across a handbag I would justify to myself how perfect the handbag was and how I would finally be able to complete my luxury handbag collection. Sadly, that often wasn't the case. If anything, I had the tendency to move on to the next perfect handbag very quickly. To be honest, I think I just wanted to feel less guilty about the purchase. I wanted to believe I was doing myself a favor, because if I just splurge on this handbag right now, I could potentially save myself more money in the future. After embracing luxury minimalism though, I now shop a lot less, and with the few items I do buy, I don't tend to say to myself, this is the last thing I'll buy, because I know I'm very intentional with everything I bring home anyway. In fact, the low buy challenge is a daily routine for me now, and I don't feel the need to actively discourage myself from making irrational purchases. Anyway, if you think you are always repeating this line to yourself, but yet you are constantly buying more and more, I think it really helps to take a moment to reflect if you really mean it when you say, this is the last thing I'll buy in a while, or is it something you say just to feel less guilty about an impulse purchase? So those are the common lies we tell ourselves about shopping. At least that's what I did to make myself feel better about my careless spending. For me, being a luxury minimalist has been quite a gradual process. And when I compare where I am now to who I was 5 years ago, I'm just so thankful for the transformation. I feel like my life has changed so much for the better, because I'm a lot more honest with my money, shopping, and general consumption. So I guess you can understand why I really want to spread this message to more people. So if you know someone who might benefit from this video or my content, definitely share with them. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a nice day.